Welcome to my channel, Old Coins News. Today, we are exploring three amazing coins from the United States Presidential $1 coin series: the 2007 Thomas Jefferson, 2008 John Quincy Adams, and 2010 Franklin Pierce Golden Dollars. United States Sparkles. These coins are not just money. They are pieces of American history, each telling the story of a president who helped shape the nation. From Jefferson's dream of liberty to Adams's diplomatic legacy and Pierce's leadership during a divided era, these coins capture the spirit of their time. We'll look at the designs, edge inscriptions, historical backgrounds, mint marks, and hidden errors that make them so collectible. And yes, we'll also reveal how much these coins could be worth today. Moneybag, so sit back, relax, and watch carefully till the end. You might already have one of these coins that could be worth big money. White right pointing backhand index. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Old Coins News for more amazing stories and hidden treasures from the world of coins.so. Let's get started. The 2008 John Quincy Adams Presidential $1 coin is a distinguished issue from Presidential $1 coin program, a major numismatics series launched by the United States Mint to honor the legacy of America's past presidents. The coin commemorates John Quincy Adams, the sixth president of the United States, who served from 1825 to 1829. Struck in 2008, this coin is both a work of art and a piece of American history, encapsulating the era of post-revolutionary leadership and the early development of the nation's democracy. The obverse front of the coin features a stately portrait of John Quincy Adams, designed and sculpted by Don Everhart, one of the U.S. Mint's most accomplished artists. Adams is depicted in a dignified, formal pose, reflective of his statesmanship and intellect. Surrounding his portrait are the inscriptions John Quincy Adams at the top and sixth president 1825 to 1829 at the bottom. The design captures his mature and confident demeanor, symbolizing his lifelong dedication to public service and diplomacy. The rim's raised edge adds depth and distinction to the design, giving the coin a refined appearance suitable for a figure of his stature. The reverse back of the coin, consistent across all presidential $1 issues, displays the iconic image of the Statue of Liberty, a masterful design also by Don Everhart. The statue's raised torch shines prominently, signifying enlightenment and freedom, principles central to both the American spirit and John Quincy Adams's career. The inscriptions United States of America and $1 encircle the design, with liberty standing as the eternal symbol of the country's founding ideals. The artistry of the reverse reflects the nation's reverence for liberty and unity, concept that Adams both defended and expanded through his lifelong political and diplomatic work. One of the most remarkable features of the 2008 John Quincy Adams $1 coin is its edge lettering, a unique attribute of the Presidential Dollar series. The edge includes the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, In God We Trust, the year 2008, and the mint mark PDOS. This lettering is incused, engraved into the coin's edge rather than raised, giving it a tactile and visually distinct character. The edge inscriptions not only enhance its design but also represent a return to classical minting artistry reminiscent of early American coins. However, this edge lettering process occasionally produced error coins, such as missing inscriptions or doubled lettering. These errors became highly collectible and are sought after by numismatists. The composition of the coin consists of a manganese brass alloy, 77% copper, 12% zinc, 7% manganese, 4% nickel, which produces a rich golden hue similar to that of the Sacagawea dollar. It weighs approximately 8.1 grams, has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, and a thickness of 2.0 millimeters. The golden tone gives it a visually appealing luster, although the coin is not made of precious metal. The edge, smooth except for the incused lettering, was a significant innovation for modern U.S. coins and contributed to the coin's distinctive aesthetic appeal. The John Quincy Adams Presidential $1 coin was officially released to the public on May 15, 2008, as the second coin in the 2008 series and the sixth overall in the Presidential $1 coin program. It followed the coin for James Monroe, fifth president, 2008, and preceded those honoring Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, and others. These coins were issued in large numbers for circulation and collector demand through banks and numismatic channels, though, like other dollar coins, they saw limited public use due to the preference of paper currency. In terms of mintages, millions of 2008 John Quincy Adams dollars were struck at both the Philadelphia P and Denver D mints, ensuring wide availability. Additionally, the San Francisco S mint produced special-proof versions for collectors, featuring mirror-like backgrounds and frosted, high-relief portraits. These proof coins are more desirable to numismatists and often command higher values in the collector's market. Historically, John Quincy Adams was one of the most accomplished and intellectual presidents in American history. Born in 1767, he was a son of John Adams, the second U.S. president, making them the first father-son pair to both hold the presidency. Before his own presidency, Adams had a distinguished diplomatic career, serving as U.S. minister to several European nations and playing a crucial role in negotiating the Treaty of Ghent, 1814, which ended the War of 1812. As president, he promoted ambitious programs of internal improvements, including roads, canals, and scientific institutions, believing in a strong federal role in advancing the nation's progress. Though his presidency faced political opposition and ended after one term, his later service as a U.S. congressman was legendary. He spent 17 years in the House of Representatives, becoming a fierce opponent of slavery and a champion of civil liberties. His intellect, moral conviction, and public dedication earned him the reputation of being one of the greatest statesmen in U.S. history. The 2008 presidential $1 coin honoring John Quincy Adams therefore serves as a fitting tribute to his enduring legacy. It represents not only his presidency but also his lifelong devotion to diplomacy, education, and moral integrity. For collectors, the coin holds both historical and artistic appeal. While most circulated examples are worth face value, $1, uncirculated and proof coins can sell for $2 to $5, and rare error coins, particularly those missing edge inscriptions, can reach $50 to $300 or more, depending on condition and certification. Coins graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are also highly valued due to their exceptional preservation and luster. The design and symbolism of this coin connect deeply to the ideals John Quincy Adams championed: freedom, knowledge, and service. His contributions to early American diplomacy, his advocacy for infrastructure and education, and his moral leadership in Congress made him a statesman of unmatched integrity. The golden coin bearing his likeness stands as both a miniature monument and a reminder of his intellectual courage and unwavering sense of duty. In a broader cultural sense, this coin embodies a U.S. Mint's mission to educate the public about the nation's presidential heritage through tangible, everyday art. Although the coin did not circulate widely, it remains an enduring collectible. The 2010 Franklin Pierce presidential $1 coin stands as a golden tribute to one of the most complex and often debated leaders in American history, Franklin Pierce, the 14th President of the United States, 1853 to 1857. This coin is part of the ongoing presidential $1 coin program, an ambitious initiative by the United States Mint launched in 2007 to honor each of America's deceased presidents in the order of their service. The 2010 release, featuring Franklin Pierce, captures an important transitional period in American history leading up to the Civil War and reflects both the artistry of modern minting and the nation's commitment to preserving its presidential legacy through coinage. The obverse front of the coin features a refined and stately portrait of Franklin Pierce, designed and sculpted by Don Everhart, a master engraver at the U.S. Mint. The portrait presents Pierce in a dignified three-quarter view, his expression thoughtful yet somber, reflecting his challenging presidency and the turbulence of his era. Surrounding his likeness are the inscriptions Franklin Pierce at the top and 14th President 1853 to 1857 at the bottom, clearly denoting his place in presidential history. The detailing in the portrait is sharp and realistic, highlighting the curls in his hair and the formal 19th century attire typical of his time. This lifelike representation reminds collectors of the solemn character of a leader who presided during one of the most divisive decades in U.S. history. The reverse back of the coin continues the standard reverse design of the presidential $1 coin series, the Statue of Liberty, symbolizing the enduring American ideals of freedom and enlightenment. Designed by Don Everhart, this depiction of liberty is powerful and uplifting. She holds her torch high, surrounded by the inscriptions United States of America and $1. The detailed folds of her robe and the rays of the torch are struck in fine relief, creating a majestic and timeless image. This side of the coin unites all the presidents honored in the series under one emblem of liberty, a fitting symbol for a program celebrating America's democratic history. A distinctive hallmark of this coin, like all presidential dollars, is its incused edge lettering, a modern revival of classical minting techniques from the 18th and 19th centuries. The edge bears the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum, In God We Trust, the year of minting 2010, and the mint mark PD or S. This feature not only distinguishes the series from other circulating coins, but also pays homage to early U.S. coinage designs. However, because the edge lettering was applied in a separate minting step, certain error coins were produced, including those with missing inscriptions, doubled lettering, or inverted text, which have become prized rarities among collectors. The coin's composition consists of a manganese-brass alloy layered over a pure copper core, 77% copper, 12% zinc, 7% manganese, 4% nickel, giving it a rich golden color. It weighs approximately 8.1 grams, measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of 2 millimeters. The brilliant golden tone, though not made of precious metal, provides a coin with a stately and collectible appearance. The Franklin Pierce dollar was struck at both the Philadelphia P and Denver D mints for circulation, as well as at the San Francisco S mint for collectors' proof coins, which were distributed through official mint sets. The Franklin Pierce Presidential $1 coin was officially released on May 20, 2010, as the second coin of the year and the 14th overall in the series. Its release was accompanied by an educational initiative highlighting Pierce's presidency and his role in American history. While the coin was intended for circulation, public usage of $1 coins in general remained limited, so most examples were stored, collected, or distributed through numismatic channels rather than being widely spent. Historically, Franklin Pierce occupies a complex place in U.S. presidential history. Born in New Hampshire in 1804, he rose from humble beginnings to become a lawyer, soldier, and statesman. A graduate of Bowdoin College, Pierce served in both the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate before volunteering in the Mexican-American War, where he earned respect for his service despite sustaining injuries. His reputation as a moderate Northern Democrat and his appeal to both Northern and Southern factions helped him secure the presidency in 1852 at a time of growing sectional tension over slavery and states' rights. Pierce's presidency, 1853 to 1857, was marked by both ambitious goals and deep controversies. He strongly supported national expansion and the concept of manifest destiny, but his enforcement of the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854, which allowed new territories to decide on slavery through popular sovereignty, inflamed sectional divisions. This policy effectively repealed the Missouri Compromise and pushed the country closer to civil war. Although Pierce hoped to unify the nation through diplomacy and compromise, his decisions alienated many Northerners and failed to satisfy Southern leaders. His administration also oversaw the Gadsden Purchase, 1854, which expanded U.S. territory in the Southwest and pursued foreign trade and infrastructure projects. Pierce's personal life was marked by tragedy. He and his wife, Jane, suffered the loss of all three of their children, with their youngest dying in a train accident just before Pierce's inauguration, a devastating blow that deeply affected his presidency. After leaving office, he lived quietly in New Hampshire and opposed the abolitionist movement, a stance that damaged his reputation in the North. Despite his controversial legacy, Pierce's commitment to preserving the Union and his belief in constitutional order remain subjects of historical study and debate. From a numismatic perspective, the 2010 Franklin Pierce $1 coin represents not only a chapter in American history, but also a milestone in U.S. minting craftsmanship. The coin's high-relief design, golden sheen, and detailed edge lettering make it collector's favorite. Most circulated coins retain only face value, $1, but uncirculated and mint state, MS-67 or higher, examples can fetch between $3 and $10 depending on condition and certification. Proof coin from the San Francisco Mint, with their mirror-like backgrounds, are particularly prized and can range from $5 to $15. Error coins with missing edge lettering or misaligned inscriptions are far rarer, and have sold for $100 to $400 or more in high-grade conditions. The symbolic significance of this coin is multifaceted. It reminds Americans of the fragile balance between progress and conflict that defined Pierce's time in the nation's journey toward the Civil War. The inclusion of In God We Trust and E pluribus unum reinforces the ideals of faith, unity, and perseverance that the country strives to uphold even in its most divided moments. The Statue of Liberty on the reverse side underscores the hope and freedom that have guided the United States since its founding, values that Pierce's leadership tested and reflected in complex ways. In summary, the 2010 Franklin Pierce Presidential $1 coin is a masterful blend of history, art, and technology. Its brilliant golden finish, historical inscriptions, and powerful imagery connect modern Americans with their nation's past. It tells the story of a man who faced extraordinary political and personal challenges, of a nation grappling with division and destiny. The 2007 Thomas Jefferson Presidential $1 coin is one of the remarkable coins issued by the United States Mint as part of the Presidential $1 coin program, which began in 2007 and continued until 2016. This series honored each deceased U.S. president in the order of their service, featuring their portrait on the obverse and a beautiful rendition of the Statue of Liberty on the reverse. The coin featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, 1801 to 1809, is particularly significant for both its design and its historical importance. The obverse front of the coin displays a bold and lifelike portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Joseph Menna, based on historical references and authentic portraits of Jefferson from his presidency. Surrounding his image are the inscriptions Thomas Jefferson at the top, third president below, and 1801 to 1809 to signify his years in office. The outer rim features raised lettering, giving the coin a crisp and distinguished appearance. Jefferson's expression is calm yet determined, reflecting his legacy as a visionary statesman, author of the Declaration of Independence, and an advocate for democracy, education, and liberty. The reverse back of the coin is consistent across all coins in the Presidential $1 series. It features a majestic Statue of Liberty, designed and sculpted by Don Everhart, with the inscriptions United States of America and $1. The image of liberty extends nearly to the edges, symbolizing the spirit of freedom and the ideals for which Jefferson himself stood. The detailed folds of the robe and the torch raised high are sharply struck, making the design both artistic and symbolic. A distinctive feature of this series is the edge lettering, which was a first of modern circulating U.S. coins. The edge inscriptions include the phrases E pluribus unum, In God We Trust, the year of minting 2007, and the mint mark P, D, or S. Depending on the mint location, Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S, the coin can be either a business strike, a collector's proof, or a satin finish coin from special mint sets. The edge lettering process was innovative at the time, but also led to some rare errors, such as missing edge inscriptions or doubled lettering, making certain 2007 presidential dollars collectible and more valuable. The composition of the 2007 Thomas Jefferson dollar coin includes a manganese brass-clad layer over a pure copper core, giving it a golden color similar to the Sacagawea dollar. The coin weighs approximately 8.1 grams, has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, and a smooth edge featuring incuse inscriptions. Although the coins were originally intended for everyday circulation, many Americans preferred paper money, so most of these coins are distributed through collector sets or stored by the U.S. Mint. In terms of historical background, Thomas Jefferson served as the third president of the United States from 1801 to 1809, following John Adams and preceding James Madison. He was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, 1776, and a founder of the University of Virginia. During his presidency, one of his most notable achievements was the Louisiana Purchase, 1803, which doubled the size of the United States. Jefferson's strong advocacy for Republican values, limited government, and individual liberty left a lasting mark on American democracy. These achievements are symbolically represented in the beauty and dignity of this commemorative coin. The 2007 Thomas Jefferson Presidential $1 coin was officially released on August 16, 2007, and was the third coin in the inaugural year of the Presidential $1 coin program, following George Washington, February 15, 2007, and John Adams, May 17, 2007. Collectors often admire the Jefferson coin for its refined details and its connection to a leader whose intellectual influence shaped the foundations of American freedom. The coin's mintages were high, with over 200 million pieces struck between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, Proof and uncirculated versions struck at the San Francisco Mint are scarcer and more sought after by collectors. In the collector's market, most circulated 2007 Jefferson dollars hold a face value of $1, but proof coins and error varieties can command higher premiums. A coin in pristine mint state, MS-67 or higher, condition may sell for a few dollars more, while coins with edge lettering errors, such as missing "In God We Trust" or inverted inscriptions, can reach $50 to $300 or more, depending on rarity and condition. The coin is not only a monetary piece but also a symbolic artifact of American history, representing Thomas Jefferson's timeless contributions to the ideals of liberty, governance, and intellectual pursuit. Its golden hue, intricate edge lettering, and precise craftsmanship make it a fine example of 21st century U.S. minting technology. In summary, the 2007 Thomas Jefferson $1 presidential coin stands as a tribute to one of America's most influential founding fathers. It unites art, history, and innovation in a single piece of currency, reminding the nation of Jefferson's enduring legacy and his belief that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. For coin enthusiasts, historians, and patriots alike, this coin remains a shining token of the democratic spirit that defines the United States of America.